Welcome to your favorite relaxing program, Chill Out, and the whole team is there ready to make sure that you enjoy this evening today. And we're almost going to the end of this month. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. We have very good stories, and especially today we have this lady who came back, my first wife. She's back, and I'm happy about that. Helen, she went very far to go and fetch new stories for us, and she came with energy and with the theme of energy for us today to make sure that everything goes on well. The whole technical team is also there. Patrick Chamani is behind the machines, and we have Laurent mixing the audios, and the videos, and the cameras are also set, and Patrick is actually taking care of the cameras for us today. So let's start by presenting our co-host after this short break. Just presenting the co-host for those who are taking this program for the first time, because some of you are used to the program. You already know who are the two ladies here, Helen and Solange. Now start by receiving Helen.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you, and I'm very happy to be here because I was not well. I was really that sick, and that's why you didn't see me the whole of last week, but I'm here, and I'm happy because I'm here. We're going to entertain you today, and like he said, I came up with this viewer sent this very interesting story, and you're going to really like it. And don't forget to send us your contribution, because we're going to make this show very relaxing for you. So just stay glued to your TV screens and don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
I love her hairstyle, and I love Solange's hairstyle too. Very beautiful today, Solange. Good evening.
Good evening, Albert. Helen, it's awesome having you back. I've really missed your company. And to those watching us, it's a good evening, and we are wishing you the best week ever. Like we said, Helen is back. The team is complete. You can only expect the best from us.
I know, right? I'm happy. I'm like excited that everybody is happy that I'm here. No, it means I'm really I'm happy to be here.
Okay, now there's this guy who said he wants to pay allegiance, or he wants to acknowledge this lady who suffered with him when he was in poverty. His name is Salatiel, and he will sing for us. That's to start the program, to give a good mood to this program today. He sang for us La Femme de ma Galère, my woman in poverty. That is what he sang, and let's discover what he says, and when we come back we take the story.
La femme de ma galère. Oh no, no, no. Salatiel on this one, yeah. Je le sais.
Alphabet Records.
J'ai eu des femmes dans ma vie, mais toi tu m'as marqué. Elles sont venues et sont parties, mais toi tu vas rester. Tu m'as appris à épargner, m'as aimé quand j'étais rien. When all the girls they me squaler, tu es resté à mes côtés. Alors si ce n'est pas toi que moi j'épouse, mieux je reste célibataire à vie. Et si ma famille te refuse, s'il te plaît, le jour du mariage, prête-moi ta famille. Je ne vais pas te laisser, non, 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 te laisser, car tu es la seule qui m'aime en vrai, la femme de ma galère, la seule qui m'aime sans intérêt, la cause de ma galère. Je peux pas te laisser, non, 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 te laisser, car tu es la seule qui m'aime mon frère, la femme de ma galère, la mère de mon enfant, la cause de ma galère. Before the world could know my name, before the TV, the radio, the stage, even the fame. Girl, you love me, you give me your time, your money, your heart. See, all the girls want me now. Why they're wasting their time? So take a look at me today. My life, elle a changé. And when they see me, they say, Salatiel, il est centré. Mais ils ignorent mon passé. Je veux leur dire la vérité. Où tout le monde a vu l'échec. tu es resté m'encourager. Alors, si ce n'est pas toi que moi j'épouse, mieux je reste célibataire. Javier, if my family like them deny you, s'il te plaît le jour du mariage, prête-moi ta famille. Je ne vais pas te laisser, non, 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 te laisser, car tu es la seule qui m'aime mon frère, la femme de ma galère, la seule qui m'aime sans intérêt, la cause de ma galère. Je peux pas te laisser, non, 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 te laisser, car tu es la seule qui m'aime mon frère, la femme de ma galère, la mère de mon enfant, la cause de ma galère. I will never let you go. Parce que tu m'aimes sans condition. Tu es la femme de ma vie. Te laisser. Non, non, non. Je ne vais pas te laisser. Non, 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 te laisser. Car tu es la seule qui m'aime mon frère, la femme de ma galère, la mère de mon enfant, la cause de ma galère. Tu es la femme de ma galère, la femme de ma galère.
I'll never let you down. That's a very nice song. And before we play this song, you said something. You said guys are usually very fake. They never get married to the girls who suffered with them when they were in poverty. The girls usually help them. And I said, no, that is wrong. The proof, I got married to you.
Anyway, I will say we appreciate Salatia for that. I'll put it in pidgin. Myself a woman.
So how do we know? How do we know that the lady he's with is the femme of his galère? How do we know? We don't. He doesn't have any.
One.
We don't know anything.
But at least these artists, they just give a message out there. Let's learn to appreciate these women that were with us when we were nobody. And today, if we are somebody, they supported us, they stood by us, they encouraged us to be what we are. So we should learn to appreciate.
But there is a problem: is that you girls are very impatient. Sometimes you're with a guy, you help him, and you get like impatient, and you want to go ahead, you leave him, and when you leave him, another girl comes. She comes and takes care.
I disagree.
Some girls are just too fortunate that they came at the time when you're almost getting.
See, you know what? I beg to disagree with you, Albert. Seriously, I beg to disagree with Albert because most of the times these guys, they're very promiscuous. It's better for you to leave a relationship where a guy is very promiscuous because you risk your life, you risk of having so many diseases out there. So it's better for you to leave that guy, no matter, because there's some guys out there. Not to me, I feel.
Let me ask you something. You will help men. Where do you get the money from?
We help.
Help is not only
it's not only about money. It's not only It must not mean financially.
Okay, what is success according to you now? When can we consider a guy having
arriving there? Success is when you're up there, when you can
achieve your dreams.
Turn and look back and say, "Oh, I was there,
and now I'm here."
Now, are you girls ready to be with somebody who said, "I was here, now I'm here without money"?
Just because we are with you and we were with you there, it means we are sacrificing that.
That's a good topic. We're going to debate about this one other day. So let's have a program today.
Well, that was a good one from Salatia. And to all the men out there, learn to appreciate the women that were with you right when you were nothing. And even if you're not up to that thing that you want to be, still appreciate them. That takes us to our proverb of today that will take us into the week. It says, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot hurt you. When there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot hurt you. Albert.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, I'll bring that's a story, not an anecdote. When they come and steal in a house, usually here in Africa, in Cameroon, they say somebody should be in, surely there's somebody who gave the information.
Yeah, but then, like I was telling people, I've said that the person within must not necessarily be an enemy. Yeah, it might be a very, very good friend, but then you don't know.
When
It might become it might be a friend who's pretending that he's a very good friend of yours.
Yes.
But you don't even know that he's a devil within you.
At the end of the day, like it's commonly said, those that hurt you are only those that know you so well. If they don't know you, they won't be able to hurt you. That is why at times it is said that it's better to keep your enemies closer because you know what they're planning towards you.
Yeah,
so it's not just about enemies.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
And I think for a family, for example, let's take this family where there's a polygamous family. Sometimes people come and tease the first wife, telling her things, gossiping about her name, and when she gets vexed now, she brings everything. She brings the problem in, and that's how the family discards.
No, right?
Well, that's your own answer. The women can just decide to connive against you, and then you
Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem for today. So what we're going to have the story.
I think we'll be getting to the story. So prepare to contribute because your opinion very much matters. That's why Marion sent.
Yes. So Ellen brought that for us. So we should have it. Then you give us the details.
Yes, a very interesting story. So let's have the story. Then later I'm going to give you the details of the story. Marion is a 25-year-old who was born from a love relationship between George and Miranda. They were 18 and 16-year-old respectively when they had Marion. George passed away before the birth of Marion, so she didn't have the opportunity to see her dad. 6 months after Marion's birth, Miranda took her to George's parents, where she abandoned her and moved to Bamenda in search of greener pasture. While in Bamenda, Miranda got married and had a new family. Marion's several requests to visit her mom's new family was met with many obstacles, as George, the husband of her mother, didn't want her around his family. Growing up with that rejection, Marion developed hatred for her mother and her new family as she felt rejected by them. Marion says she wants to build a relationship with her mom despite all odds, but doesn't seem to work out because her heart is still bitter. Marion wants us to advise her on the steps she can use to build that relationship again. She wants to be close to her mother. How does she do it?
All turn to Ellen because she knows better. She has the details.
Right, I've got the details of the story and just
we'll
listen.
Have the story on the screen while you're giving the details.
Yeah, just listen keenly to the story, like you
we'll just
listen.
Have the image there, the right up there, so that you can.
Marion is 25-year-old and she didn't have the opportunity to know her dad because her dad died while before she was born, and after she was born, her dad's name is George. And her mom is Miranda. And you know this love relationship, like they were teenagers. Yeah. Josh was 18 years old and Miranda was 16. Then they didn't know anything. It was a teenage love affair, but then it led to the birth of Marion. But unfortunately for Marion, she didn't know her dad. And 6 months after the birth of Marion, Miranda, like the younger she is, she could not keep Marion. And she decided to leave her parents, go to George's parents and I would say she abandoned Marion because she didn't have the opportunity or she didn't make efforts to visit her daughter. That was she was born in Kum, that was in the Northwest region. And then she decided to move to Bamenda to search for greener pastures. Luckily for her, she met John, who got married to her, and then they had a new family. But then Marion, knowing that her mom has a new family, she wants to meet maybe her new siblings. But then her request was rejected by her mom because John, who is the new husband of the mom, doesn't want her anywhere around his new family or the mom's new family.
How was the mom say? What does the mom say?
She doesn't have. She's not saying anything because each time Marion tells her mom that she wants to visit, she always has 1 or 2 stories to tell Marion.
But they're in communication.
No communication. She doesn't even visit Marion. The husband does not want to see her close to the child.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. But then, despite the fact that the mom did not want, your mother is your mother, Marion still wants to build a relationship with her mom.
Yes.
She wants her mom. How she developed this hatred because she felt rejected by her mother's family or her mom's new husband and her siblings. And then she's got like her mom had 2 kids
Really?
with John.
Two
Step. She has 2 step brothers and sisters. 2 step, a boy and a girl, brother and a sister, and then she doesn't even know them. She wants to get to know her family, and then
surely because she's already 25.
That's a tough one, you know.
Yes.
She's a grown woman.
She's 25,
already,
and very soon, surely she'll be wanting
getting
to get married
married
to somebody, and she needs a parent. She needs a parent, and her mom is like the only
Of course,
parent
at
she
the end
has.
of the day, the parents must still come up, but then they need to build a relationship for themselves before any other thing.
Yes, and as you said, what she wants is she wants to bring to rebuild that relationship.
She wants that hatred that she has for her mom or her mom's husband. She doesn't know how to unleash that. She wants to create the relationship, but each time she remembers the fact that she was rejected, the hatred keeps coming. So what is she going to do?
Okay, so dear viewers, that is the problem. What can she do? She wants to create to build back that relationship with her mom, because it's the only parent she has for now, and she wants to know what can she do. Her father, her stepfather, does not want to see her. He does not want her to be part of the family.
And the funniest thing is, the stepdad has never ever seen Marion. She doesn't. She just knows that their wife has a stepdaughter.
Yeah, he doesn't. But he does not even want to accept. That he does not want to accept that his wife had an adventure.
Person's responsibility. Maybe.
But I think the mom should try to meet her daughter.
She's just appreciating what she has. She's not ready to lose it again.
So what can Marion do? What can Marion do to rebuild that relationship she has with her mom? What can she do to convince her mom to take her back, or to convince her mom to care about her, because she's 25 and really she made her whole life without a blood parent, and her mom is the only blood, that's biological parent she has, and I think this is the time for her to get to her. So what are the techniques, what are the strategies she can use, what are the paths she can follow in order to get in touch first, because her mom is not caring, she's not coming.
They don't even communicate.
They don't even communicate.
No,
so what can she do? What can she plan to make sure that she meets her mother, so that can have a good conversation and convince her mom to reconsider her as her daughter, and maybe try to convince the daddy, to Mr. Sir John, to accept to accept the kid that Marion had when she was still 16. So that is the problem now. For you to give your advice, the number is there on the screen, the Facebook page too, and I'm sure you're really reacting, because some of you, I can see the phone ringing. Don't call, send us messages. Okay, that is the story now. There is this guy which he said, no, I don't want to. He's not good. So, the guy is doing a very great job. Man is doing a very great job, actually. And very soon he will be here. His name is Cedric, and he usually fetch for us news or things that we do not know, discovering how discoveries, many things that we ignored, that can make us have a good knowledge of the things that we are using and all what is happening worldwide. So his name is Cedric, and today he'll be talking to us about paint. We'll be talking about paints. We use paints and we don't know what are the origins of paint. How did it even come about? You talk about Egyptians.
We don't know until he's here.
And all these people. We'll just have him. Let's have the break, or let's have the story again. And when we come back, we'll be having Did You Know with Cedric talking of paint. Let's have the story.
Marion is a 25-year-old who was born from a love relationship between George and Miranda. They were 18 and 16-year-old respectively when they had Marion. George passed away before the birth of Marion, so she didn't have the opportunity to see her dad. 6 months after Marion's birth, Miranda took her to George's parents, where she abandoned her and moved to Bamenda in search of greener pasture. While in Bamenda, Miranda got married and had a new family. Marion's several requests to visit her mom's new family was met with many obstacles, as George, the husband of her mother, didn't want her around his family. Growing up with that rejection, Marion developed hatred for her mother and her new family, as she felt rejected by them. Marion says she wants to build a relationship with her mom despite all odds, but doesn't seem to work out because her heart is still bitter. Marion wants us to advise her on the steps she can use to build that relationship again. She wants to be close to her mother. How does she do it?
Well, if you're still joining us, then you're on chill out, and we hope you're for real chilling out on that seat. And if you're just joining us, please grab a seat, because this is the best 52 minutes of your life. And like you earlier heard, we have Cedric. He likes to bring you things that you did not know. Did you know how paints came about? But before we go to that, I would like to hear his own opinion on Marion's story. So Cedric, you're welcome to the show. You're looking take away
as usual.
Yep. I don't know why I block out, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Good evening, Solange, and good evening, Tunde.
Good evening.
So what do you think about the story?
What do I think about the story? She should just have her mother with her. You know, a family is a family.
What can she do? Her mother does not want to see her.
Wait. Let her go to a priest or to a pastor, talk to the pastor, then go with the pastor to her mother's house and talk. I think the pastor can help her know how to say something, and so that's how
that's very genuine. Now, if a mom is a Christian, I think it can work. That's very genuine.
Yeah.
If it can work if she goes to a pastor or a priest.
Take
the priest there
to the mother. I think the mother nowadays mothers hear more pastors and priests than ourselves. I mean, mom. That's
a good one.
I
could not even think about that. It's true.
That's why we say a son is a son and a girl is a girl.
So okay.
This is not fair. Like seriously, this is not fair.
No, it's good. That's a good idea. She can go and meet a pastor. Because as he says, women listen to pastors and priests more than their husbands. Or
My dear Marion, meeting a pastor is not a problem. If we have to go religious wise, then I'll advise you to go into fasting in order to soften your stepfather's mind and probably your mom's mind. Don't go see any pastor, my dear.
Wait. I'm not saying a pastor to make the thing. No.
Point of view. Then do you think?
Let's go and see the pastor for some.
To bring the pastor
to the mother, so that the mother can at least
say the pastor.
Guys, listen. It's like you didn't understand the story. This man does not want to see or even know this child, and then the woman in her own place, she's rejecting her own child.
The thing is
that what would the pastor possibly do?
The thing is that a family remains a family.
She needs God,
cannot.
Not a man of God.
She might need God.
She must need the man of God to reach God.
Okay, Cedric, thanks for that contribution. We hope Marion is listening, so can we hear?
And she can try that too. You can go try that, yes. You can go try that. You can go and meet a pastor or a priest or any other man of God to bring the person to the home. He can be a mediator, or he or she can be a mediator to
she can help you, he or she can help you in many ways.
That's
in many
his
ways.
Opinion. So, did you?
No, my favorite slot. I forgot my paint, but
you forgot your paint.
I wanted to paint my mom.
Your mom.
Because
not me.
She's saying that you should not go to meet the priest. That means I should paint her for her to change her mind. So
okay, you're going to talk about paints.
Yep.
You tell us what are the origins of paints and how did you change from liquid and all this is
paint.
So let's have the paint there, and when we come, Cedric will tell us what his favorite color in terms of paint.
Oh my God. Paint is any liquefiable or mastic composition that after application to a substrate in a thin layer converts to a solid film. In 2001 and 2004, South African archaeologists reported finds in Blomo's cave of a 1,000-year-old human-made octree-based mixture that could have been used like paint. Did you know ancient colored walls at Dendera, Egypt, which was exposed for years to the elements, still possessed their brilliant color as vivid as when they were painted about 2,000 years ago. Egyptians mixed their colors with gummy substance and applied them separately from each other with any blending or mixture. They appear to have used 6 colors: white, black, blue, red, yellow, and green. they first covered the area entirely with white, then traced the design in black, leaving out the lights of the ground color. You ought to know, paint was made with the yolk of eggs, and therefore the substance will harden and adhere to the surface it was applied to. A still extant example of 17th century house oil painting is Ham House in Surrey, England, where a primer was used along with several undercoats and an elaborated decorative advocate. In 1718, Marshall Smith invented a machine for the grinding of colors in England. It was a device that increased the efficiency of pigment grinding dramatically. You should know, in 1866, Shannon Williams in the United States opened a large paint maker and invented a paint that could be used from the tin without preparation. Note, it was not until the stimulus of World War II created a shortage of lysed oil in the supply market that artificial resin or alkyds were invented. Cheap and easy to make, they also held the color well and tasted for a long time.
So, if you watch and listen, you can see that paint is actually also made of eggs. Not that you're going to take eggs and put it on your face. There are other substances that are mixed to it. So that was paint. Brantly brought to us by our only Cedric and our
only son. Precise, only son, because Cedric, saying Cedric is too vast. There are many Cedrics in the world. The only son.
Yeah. The only son to this family.
I would like to know what's your favorite color, paint color?
Blue.
The blue.
Yep, the blue, because from the report I heard last time, it was very interesting. That's why I always like the blue. Like you are wearing blue, Dad. No.
You like the blue?
No, I like the blue that you're wearing, not like I like you.
Okay, so
well, I'll settle for lemon green.
For the lemon green. But today we're not going to have lemon green or blue. Today we're going to have another color.
Of course.
Yeah. And what's that?
Today we're going to have an awesome color. It is the color indigo.
The indigo, and it's much more. It looks like blue and
purple,
like violet. It looks like purple. It's almost the same thing. Very difficult.
It's very much confusing.
That's what she has on her lips.
For you.
Isn't that what you have on your lips? I think
it's not what I have on my lips.
Wow.
Okay.
But it's a lesson for you to learn and know what the color indigo.
Okay, let's have the color
like.
indigo. Let's have it.
Indigo resides between violet and blue on the color wheel. The deeper the tone of the indigo, the more likely it is that the symbolism will be profound. Generally, indigo represents our deepest thoughts and spiritual wisdom. The blue in indigo helps with communication, meditation, and peace, while the violet speaks to the higher self, comprehension of the mysteries and inspiration. Among light workers, indigo resonates with the third eye and therefore grants greater perception. When you need to see beyond concrete reality, violet is the best color that inspires your soul. Working with the hue brings out our ability to see things clearly, particularly those things that our higher mind taps into. Religiously, indigo is the color associated with devotion, service, honesty, and dignity. Indigo brings structure to chaos and the letter of the law. It is the right brain color that helps us cope with stress. It can, however, tip the scales when too prevalent, becoming melodramatic, impractical, zealous, and fanatical. Indigo is an excellent highlight for sacred spaces, especially those used for vision, quest, and meditation. It supports the intuitive self and wisdom gained over many lives. If indigo is your favorite color, it means that your personal truth and worth of honor has intense meaning every day. You are a person of orderliness and compassion, but have little patience or lack of compassion in both your friends and your frequented spaces. Your routines are patterned to precision, and you have a fondness of old-fashioned things. People around the indigo person know they are reliable and trustworthy. When you go into church time, find an indigo to help you. As an indigo color person, you have to be careful about planning ahead so much that you miss important cues here and now. This causes anxiety for indigos who also tend to have somewhat abdicated personalities. It could be pets, work, or food, but sometimes captures their focus. Psychologists tell us that indigo affects us by putting us in a concentration mindset. This is ideal for meditation or when you really need to get into touch with your own insights. Working with indigo helps you focus and plan, and also improve focus when studying religious matter. Bluer indigo represents honesty, trust, and solid foundations. Dark purple indigo represents leadership and power.
Well, that's the indigo, very rich. It has many symbols. It's associated with many things: silence, concentration, mysterious things. It's associated to calmness, concentration, as I said already.
Yeah,
and
focus.
Focus.
Then the fact that it's a vision. Yeah. But the part I didn't like about
about the
is the fact that it's a little impatient.
It's impatient.
Yeah. But I love the intense meaning part, the vision part, the focus part. So the indigo is all positive for me.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you said nothing about the story, you just told us the story, but what was your own take of the story? What can you advise Marion?
Like what Cedric said, that it's good for her to get the advice of a pastor or a priest. If she's a Catholic, she could go to a priest and maybe tell the priest her story. And who knows, the priest might organize a meeting between her and her mother, because these people have to meet. They haven't met. They have to meet and maybe talk things. Like they only talk maybe on phone, but it's like they rarely talk on phone. But the only means of communication is through phone. But then if she has to get to a priest and maybe gives her mom's number to a priest, it's going to be like the first step. But then come to think of it, which mother is going to accept a man who doesn't want her daughter? You shouldn't be with a man who does not want to see your child. No matter what, no matter how much money that the man has, you should be able to pull your daughter to yourself.
Yeah.
So it's so very important. So I'm going to buy the idea of Cedric.
Now, let's look at what our viewers are saying.
Yeah.
We have this message which says, my sister, please, my sister Marion, it's but no doubt that your mom does not care about your existence. If she will not choose a man over you. So
exactly what I was saying.
Turn to God and look up to Him for yourself and on your tomorrow. Concentrate on your tomorrow and forget about the irresponsible mom who does not care about you. If you continue, your worries will end up jeopardizing your future. With more important to you, your future is more important to you than a careless mom. Sis, please turn to God and He will lead you to your expected end. God bless you. It's Pancras from Kumbo. Thank you for watching.
Pancras.
That's the good one. And you see that everybody just goes,
like I said, exactly what I said.
And you're the only person
against. No, not like I was against, but I was just against this. You know, the kind of churches we have now. But coming to a priest and a pastor, that's a different ballgame. But these men of God out there.
Yes. This is another one which says, for me, I think Marion should maybe bring up a false news, like she was found in an accident. That is God forbid, but maybe with that, Marion's mom might want to locate her wherever she is, and from there, the family may become one again. So let's play that trick on her mom, maybe. She can try to look for her daughter. Good evening, chill out crew. Please, where is Marion presently? If it's me, that's my biological mother, don't want to see me, I will look for another mother just near her, who is not even a relative, and show her love. That's my own biological mother will be jealous and come looking for me. That's a good one too. There is a thin, or what do you say? There's a thin line between love and hate. There are long messages, the very lengthy ones. There is a thin line between love and hate. She can't build a relationship with hate, eating her up. Firstly, she should let go of malice and hate. Secondly, she reconnects with her mother from a distance. If the bond becomes stronger, her mother will connect to her to her husband too. Whatever the man feels about her has no justification since they haven't met. Besides, all human beings are dynamic. Love is antidote to hate, and one can't love without forgiveness. Wow, that's a good one too. So John should try to meet it because he has never seen her. I don't know what is actually building that hate.
Like I
earlier said,
that he doesn't want
probably afraid of responsibility.
Yeah,
sure.
Additional responsibility.
But he needs to know this girl. This lady is 25.
Yes.
She's already a woman. She's already probably working somewhere. Just get to know this girl.
Yeah. And Boris says, Boris Awani from Victoria says, I think she should forget them and move on with her life. Like I did that all. One day they will look for you, and that is true too. Pathetic story indeed. If Marion has a good relationship with her maternal grandmom, she can help her out. You summon her mother for them to meet at her grandmom's. Let's just hope that her grandmom is still alive. That's a good one too. Let her try to let her mom, her grandmother, try to bring that. I think maybe Marion will listen to her mom, which is the grandmother.
Today I'm just kind of negative because the mom literally abandoned this girl with the father's mom. It's not her mom, it's the father's mom.
Family.
And then you've not been there, you've not been visiting, you've not been communicating. How do you think this supposed mother-in-law that was supposed to be is feeling about you? Will she even want you close to her own treasure? Because the child has definitely become a treasure to this woman. And then she doesn't. To me, if I were that grandmom, I wouldn't want to anywhere close that girl.
Maybe if she behaves like that towards Marion, maybe if she behaves, it means she has also been like behaving like that towards the mom and the whole family.
That's what I'm saying. If she abandoned this girl and has not been there, then it's but obvious that she has not been visiting or even talking to this grandma that has been struggling to bring up this child for her.
Yes, and then we also have to understand that Miranda had Marion when she was 16, so maybe she was still very naive. She was very naive and she had to leave her with the guy's parents.
This lady is 25.
I mean,
means the mom is how old, and she hasn't grown out of that.
Not so.
Yeah, this is Wembo. Wembo from Boya says she should start by letting go of her emotional hatred towards her and try to open her heart by always going to the mom despite the pain or anything. Try to take the pain and make that love work again. Fight for your mom. She is only a woman and women are crazy. When in love, that women are crazy when in love. Be a fighter. Go to her and give her a knife to kill you if she can't. You can let she can't let that's the C. I don't know if she can't do that or not. So he wants her to go to her even with the name that, okay, mom, this is me.
Since you don't want to see me, just kill me.
Because Marion should force herself on this woman. Visit her and see her reaction. Because if this man has not seen you, just give them that surprise visit. And then if they send you away, say just kill me so you forget I exist. Because definitely in you, you're still thinking I exist. Because you carried me for 9 months.
Of course, 9 months.
And then you went through the pain of labor to give birth to me, and then you don't want to see me. It doesn't make sense. Maybe you should just kill me so you
Who knows, maybe the man has charmed the wife. Because it's not normal for a woman to have her child and then she doesn't want to see her child. Why all the hatred? Maybe John has charmed Miranda.
Well, we're in Africa, and they say the
Nothing
black,
is
the
impossible.
black man's witchcraft is just for evil, unlike the white who use his own witchcraft to
technology
produce,
and
all sorts
everything.
of
Yeah.
technology. So it's still a possibility.
Yes, around this one, another person calling to God. Let her just pray to God, because with Him all things are possible. This one also, I think she should ask her grandmother to call Marion's mother home and have a word with her. That's another thing she can also do.
She needs to build a relationship with her grandma before calling her.
Yes. Good evening to you in the studio. I love your dressing, Albert. Thank you very much. Keep up. What I have for her is she should remain lawful and pray for her day to come. And also say Joseph become the governor while he was cast. Yes,
exactly what I was about to
family,
say.
But God finally
the rejected
him.
stone.
So trust God for everything. It's Nzi Claude from Bonaberry. Thank you for watching this program there. And the story, you got it, and you have the opportunity to send your comments. I don't know, it's still downloading, it's still uploading there. Yeah. Very soon you will have it there, and you'll be sending us your story, because for the Friday's edition, we're going to conclude on the same story. Now let us have our red card. Our red card today, Solange. Have you ever gone to a nearby hospital?
Of course.
Your neighborhood. How's the hospital? Is it clean? How is it?
Private hospitals.
Private
yes, very clean.
Private hospitals, very clean.
District hospitals.
Some, in those days they used to be very dirty, but then there's this renovation. There's this renovation, and they are very, very clean.
Okay, so
well, I doubt that until we see this video, and then I will know if our district hospitals are really clean.
Yes, these hospitals are from everywhere around the world. Just to give a red card to hospitals which are very. Just look at this only one hospital. It looks like
those hospitals that would rather increase your sickness than take it away.
I know.
Look at the bed that a patient comes to lie on.
Are you sure this is in Cameroon? I don't think so.
I said we took it from everywhere in Africa. This is in Africa.
I know. This is just to worsen your situation.
So a red card. Red card. Who keep their hospitals dirty and filthy.
And then look at this one. They use the walls like they are boards. And then looking
at the kid,
God
the kid is like surprised. Where am I?
Am I really in the hospital?
Just imagine this android baby that has been pampered in and out of their house, and then she finally gets lost, and they put her on this.
So
we're looking surprised.
It's definitely a red card. Let's learn how to keep our hospitals.
Red card to dirty hospitals, and
that's still a no-no.
Thumb up and kudos to the government, who is actually trying to improve, especially these
really
government
doing
hospitals.
Their best. But at the end of the day, it's not like these hospitals do lack the means. It's just because the workers are kind of lazy and
very, very lazy,
reluctant to use these things. Because I remember the last time I visited a hospital, which I'm not going to call the name, and I was admitted, my dear, you needed to see the net.
Oh my God!
These hospitals give out free nets to protect us from malaria, but the hospital itself does not have mosquito nets.
Sometimes it's even better to treat yourself at home. It's better for you to treat yourself at home.
It's crazy. We really need to readjust or re-amend our style when it comes to hospitals. From me to you, it's a red card.
Okay, let me take 2 text messages, and then we'll be talking about visits with the here and there. How do we? Solange is going to do that for us. Let me take the message. If I am the one, I will consider her dead and go back to my father's family. Wrong, that's wrong packing from Kumbo writing the message. A warmly, that's another one. A warmly welcome to my lovely Helen.
Somebody missed you too.
I would advise somebody calling, don't call please, send us your message, we'll read it. Warmly welcome Helen. I will advise Marion to pray for her because to pray for, because it is not normal. Let her fight for herself, for life is not about finding yourself but creation. Okay, let's have our here and there. Today we're going to talk about visits.
Okay.
And
impromptu visits.
Just tell us, I'd like to know how you visit people. Impromptu. It's okay. Let's talk about
well, on a
visits.
general note, we all know visiting is when you leave your home and go visit another person,
Yes.
probably for professional reasons, social reasons, and so. And then we'll be looking at it both from Africa and in Europe. How do we visit? Why do we visit? It is common knowledge that in Europe, personal visits are rare, but they do visit, especially for business and professional reasons. So like I said, the Europeans do visit for business and professional reasons, but most commonly among the different visits, Europeans visit for social and sightseeing more. But coming home to Africa, visits are more common when it's personal,
I'm telling
just
you.
barging in on us. And then visits are more common when it's personal in Africa. Visits are especially with food. Food is something we commonly carry and move around with. Africa as the visit families, friends, lovers, in-laws, and more. And sightseeing for them is kind of weird, considering these things the Europeans admire and go for.
We have
They
them,
get to see them every other day. So Africans have a habit of visiting with baskets of food.
Yeah.
But when you see a European with a basket of food, then it's an obvious picnic for them. It's not like they don't carry baskets around, but it's just a picnic. They don't go for personal visits.
Yeah. So how did they receive people in their house?
Warm welcome. Like, but then there's some people who come very early in the morning to come and visit you. Like, did they chase you away from your house? Why are you waking us up? But then it's
the first thing they get to say is breakfast ready?
And one thing I love about Africans is that, like, if you have like a relative in Europe and he comes to visit you,
yes,
that during that period you eat and you get fat in your house because every day people come with different baskets.
Okay. Some people receive their guests with newspapers.
Well, some people receive their guests with newspapers, pictures, and some are even eating while you're going through those papers.
Okay, thank you for bringing us that. Thank you for bringing that. Africa, they have a warm way of receiving people. You can come to my place. You always be received with food and water and everything that will please you, not like other people receive people with newspapers when they get there. So let's have the last text messages, and we'll be concluding this program because ahead of this will be the news. This is Lyonga from Limbes. He says, in this case, I blame but the mother because she did not make she did not make it known to that man, call her husband when they first met. I advise her to search for her maternal grandparents, so that they can call her mother in a family meeting.
Wow,
and somebody suggested that too. If I am Marion, I will go down on my knees and pray that God should advise or forgive her, and after that I will go to my grandmom so we can go and meet her together by Marion from Kumbo. That's another Marion.
She's touched by her
Thank you for watching this program. Thank you for to all our technical board or our technicians there. We'll make sure that everything should go smoothly. And thank you, Solange. Thank you, Elaine.
You're welcome.
From us, you is bye bye.
Bye.
Meet you
It's
on
Friday.
It's your Wednesday. Yes, the Facebook page is open for you. You can send a comment. Very soon you have the story there. For us, you is bye bye.